Thank you so
Hello.
much for your patience. We had some tech problems at the beginning, so we started with 5 minutes behind. Um, but yeah, it's 5:15. So thank you so much.
Okay.
It's
Can you hear me well?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
we can hear you well and we can see you better. So thank you so much. I am going to introduce you to students and also to the lecture. Um, and then I'll give you as we talk 45 50 minutes whatever, and then 10-15 minutes for discussion and comments with the students.
Okay.
Okay, students, we continue with our second lecture. As you see, we're changing gears because this is within the second block of the course, sharing knowledge from STEAM, science, and arts to learn and for a peaceful world. And so in this second block and in the second part, I'm very delighted to present Dr. Sorry if I don't pronounce well. Seongbae Lim. He's a professor in information systems at St. Mary's University in Texas and a research associate for the Center for Blockchain Technologies at the University College in London. He serves as a director for Kim Seon Institute at St. Mary's University, which provides Korean language and Asian culture education to the local community. He also served as a chairman of Department Finance and Quantitative Management. Dr. Lim specializes in IT-driven innovation and strategy, blockchain technology, and e-commerce strategy. His prior teaching experience includes the University of Nebraska at Lincoln and the State University of New York at Geneseo. His recently published books included Innovation 5.0, Living Innovation from Value Creation to the Greater Good, Meta Innovation, and Blockchain for Smart Governance. So today, we're very delighted, as I said, to have you here. And his talk isn't as titled Blockchain for Creating Sustainable Future. Thank you so much, Dr. Lim.
Thank you very much, Professor Siana Sotelo. So very nice introduction. I really appreciate. And then it is my great pleasure and honor to join this program and sharing thought with you. Okay, let me share my slide first.
Yes, let's share it.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with Microsoft Team. I'm usually using Zoom. So,
Oh,
okay,
yes.
let me see.
And it is next to, don't worry, it's, yeah, we all
I
also use
click,
to,
yeah,
it's next to the microphone icon
yeah, I clicked it and then let me see.
with an arrow. And
Uh,
I think it's going to ask you to either share a window or the whole screen.
uh,
But if you have the
yeah,
problem,
yeah.
you can
So
also
maybe,
share it for you since you send your presentation. I could
mm,
whatever you prefer.
okay,
I could.
let me figure out.
Okay. Yeah, it's as you see, it's on the top bar.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
found.
It's
I think window is the option I should have choose.
yeah. Now, very good. Yes, perfect.
Okay,
That's great.
and then okay.
Yes, yes, very good.
Thank you very much for your help. Okay, now let me start.
you have the subtitles activated? You know
Okay,
that? Okay, now it's gone. Very good. Oh no. Well, it's
let
still
me,
there. I guess it doesn't matter. Just for you
yeah,
to
let me, I can turn it off, I believe. Okay, good.
Perfect. Yes, great.
Okay, so again, thank you very much for inviting me for this project, for this precious program. I'm Seongbae Lim, and then as introduced, I'm a professor teaching information systems management and then innovation. So these are just collection of my book published. As you can see, recently I'm focusing on two area. One is about innovation, another one is about blockchain. Okay, so and then this is my picture. So top left side is showing my presentation at the United Nations, and then I'm working as a research associate for Center for Blockchain Technology at UCL London, and then I'm leading King Sejong Institute, which provide Korean language and then Asian cultural education for my university and community. Okay, so this is my brief introduction. So before I talk about today's topic, which is about blockchain and then sustainable development goal achievement, so I want to talk about this sculpture. Okay, so as you know, this is a Pieta by Michelangelo. You can see this sculpture at Saint Peter's Basilica at the Vatican, Rome. Okay, so when Michelangelo first introduced this sculpture, the initial reaction by the audience was not really positive. Okay, it's Michelangelo's work, great artist, but reaction was not really positive because the balance between Saint Mary's and Jesus doesn't look very natural. Okay, so Jesus died at the early 30s. That means he should look bigger than Saint Mary's. But as you can see, Saint Mary's looks bigger than Jesus. That's the reason. But Michelangelo explained why he made this kind of thing by talking about the view from the top. Okay? So as you can easily imagine, at the time, Michelangelo made this sculpture not for the people, but for the God who used to be believed to live in heaven from the top. Okay, so from God's perspective, viewpoint, it looks very natural, right? Jesus looks bigger than Saint Mary's. So why I'm talking about this one? So up to now, you look at the world from this angle. But with blockchain, you can see the world from this angle. If you look at the world from totally different angle, you can find a lot of new opportunity and you can develop a lot of creative idea. So the main goal of my today's lecture is helping you develop this kind of a perspective by helping you understand blockchain technology. And then I'll talk about how we can apply blockchain to achieve sustainable development goal of the United Nations. Okay, as you know, there has been a lot of up and down of Bitcoin, which is the first successful application of blockchain technology. At its peak, it used to be almost 70,000 US dollars, but now it dropped around $38,000. Okay, so anyway, so because of Bitcoin, blockchain become very popular. I think that's a very positive role of Bitcoin. However, Bitcoin, like a cryptocurrency, just small part of application you can do with the blockchain technology. There is a lot of things beyond the cryptocurrency. So if you ask me what is the subtitle of my lecture today, it should be beyond cryptocurrency. So to smartly utilize blockchain, you should look something beyond the cryptocurrency. And then today's journey will help you to identify what are something beyond cryptocurrency. So let's talk about what is blockchain quickly. So depends on your perspective, blockchain can be defined differently. Technically, it's a convergence of many old technology. As you know, iPhone itself is very innovative one. But when it comes to the component of iPhone, nothing is new actually. Everything was existing one. Just by combining old technology, Steve Jobs introduced real innovation. As a matter of fact, same thing happened with blockchain. All the foundational technology of blockchain, at least 2 decades old one, like a Merkle tree, 40-year-old technology, P2P, 20-year-old technology, asymmetric key encryption, another 25 years old technology, proof of work, 20 years, hash function was 20 years. So actually a blockchain itself shows the power of convergence. If you combine different things together, you can easily introduce innovation. Like the case of pencil and eraser combined together. So the first perspective about blockchain is a distributed ledger. This means everybody share Excel file and then update it together. That means if there are 1,000 participants, all 1,000 participants keep same Excel file which has same contents. And then whenever there is any additional transaction, they update it together. Okay, it is called distributed ledger. Second perspective is the internet of value. That means in the past, internet was very good for sharing information, but not for the money and then digital value because of the problem called double spending. As you can illegally share same MP3 music file again with many others without any difficulty, you can also share your money again. So if you have only 100 euro, you should be able to spend that 100 euro only once. But with the internet, you can spend many times. But some of you may argue against me in your mind right now, saying, I could send the money using internet. But that's a wrong perception. You didn't send the money. Actually, through internet, you request your bank to transact your money and then tell the result to you and the recipient. So sending money through internet network, keeping money on the internet network is mission impossible because of a double spending issue. But blockchain can solve that problem so easily. Good example is NFT, non-fungible token, right? So this is a picture called the disaster girl, which was taken 2005. So one day, a dad with a 4-year-old girl happened to see, firemen practice by putting fire on a building. And then it looks interesting. And then the dad took a picture of his daughter. But it happened to looks like, her daughter, his daughter put up fire and enjoyed. That's why it is called the disaster girl. And then this picture become kind of a meme. And then many kind of a girl picture, like a happy girl, whatever girl. So it become a trend. That means you can find, this picture so easily from the internet, really. Within a second, you can find, exactly same picture. But there is one truth that Although there is a millions of identical pictures on the web, still there is one original picture. Okay, so her dad took, and then her dad registered this original picture as a NFT, non-fungible token, using blockchain technology, so-called the Ethereum. And then, so originality was proven by using NFT, and then it was sold for almost $500,000. And then, plus, whenever there is an ownership change, this girl will get 10% of the transaction amount forever. So she become now in a freshman high school in Wisconsin. So because of her father's smartness, she doesn't have to worry about any income anymore, in my opinion. Anyway, so among millions of same picture, you can tell the original one. Okay, so that's a power of blockchain. Okay, so that's why it is called the Internet of Value. You can keep the value, including money, digital product. And then also blockchain is called P2P network. That means peer-to-peer network, very democratic network. Nobody has superior power. Everyone on the network shares same level of power, and then exchange and then make a decision together very democratically. Nobody has stronger power than anybody else. We call that peer-to-peer network. So let me talk about now how blockchain work. This is if you understand this part, you understand about I think 70% of blockchain. So okay, I told you blockchain is a kind of a distributed ledger. Okay, so let's say there are only two participants in blockchain network whose names are Bob and Alex. Okay, so Alex borrow money from Bob. So 55 euros. So I told you every participant in the blockchain shares same ledger. So that means both Bob and Alex wrote 55 euros, right? Showing Alex borrow 55 euros from Bob. So same contents. They should update it together. But what happened? Suddenly Alex become a bad guy, and then he added one more digit saying, Bob, you borrowed 155 euros from me. But because there are only two players, Bob couldn't prove that Alex is telling a lie. How about this case? There is one more people. There are three people. Okay. In this case, because of Paul, so Bob proved the fact that so he borrowed only 55 euros from Alex. Because Paul can say, Alex, don't tell a lie. Okay, so you lend only 55 euros to Bob. But how about this case? So Alex, and then there's a conspiracy between Alex and Paul. Alex persuaded Paul to tell a lie by saying, if you tell a lie for me, I'm gonna share the profit with you. 50 euro for me and then 50 euro for you. And then Paul was persuaded and Paul tell a lie, saying, Bob, why you are a liar? You borrowed 155 euros and you just erased $100 from the record. So that means, liar who is Alex can win the game. How about this case? There are 6 players. That means Alex should persuade 4 more people. And then the benefit to be shared reduced from 100 euro to only 20 euros, right? So that means money for the effort dropped significantly. How about this case? 24 people. That means Alex should persuade 22 people. How about profit to be shared by telling a lie? Dropped really significantly. no more benefit anymore. How about Bitcoin? There are about 10,000 people. That means no reason to tell a lie. As you can see, everything is very transparent. And then the value for telling a lie is almost nothing. That's why blockchain network is very safe network and then providing transparency together. Okay, this is the way how blockchain operate. So there has been evolution of blockchain actually. So original blockchain is called blockchain 1.1, represented by Bitcoin, just focused on transaction only. It's all about how we can exchange monetary value, so-called cryptocurrency using blockchain network. And then later we develop smart contract. That means by putting like a program, computer program as a contract, we can develop some function. And then now we are saying we are using blockchain 3.0, which means using smart contract, we can cover not only monetary transaction represented by cryptocurrency, but also we can do many things to make our world better place to live together. So today I'm going to talk about how we can make our world a better place by using blockchain technology. That means I'm going to cover blockchain 3.0. Okay, so sounds very interesting, right? Okay, so let me just skip this part. So how we can apply blockchain? That's very important. Okay, answer. If you need this kind of benefit, you should use blockchain. So for example, number one, transparency. I told you everyone on the network share same ledger, same Excel file showing every transaction, right? Whenever there is an update, they update it together. Okay, that's why. So if you need transparency, you should use blockchain. Second, security, very secure. As I told you, telling there is no way, no reason and no way to tell a lie. Why? To tell a lie, you should persuade everyone. Everybody clearly see what happened and what happened before, now, right? Under that situation, telling a lie and then, you know, it's not possible. So security is guaranteed. And then integrity of data. Of course, you cannot change any data. Why? So in case of a Bitcoin, about 10,000 network users, like as we call node, networked computer is called a node, 10,000 people looking at the original data, right? All of their data should match together. If there is 10,000, there should be 10,000 Excel file. And then 10,000 Excel files should be all same. If somebody changed the value, everybody can tell what happened immediately. So tamper proof, okay, no manipulation. So integrity of data is guaranteed. And I told you blockchain is P2P. Nobody has stronger power. That means very democratic governance system can be guaranteed. And then if you use blockchain, we don't need any middleman because it is P2P. That means to send money, you don't have to use bank. So you don't have to pay fee to your bank when you send money. So cost reduction expected. And then, so if, if you develop your own blockchain network, you can publish a token from the network. So you can create token economy. So for example, Burgos University can create its own blockchain network and then publish Burgos token. And then if student of Burgos University volunteer something for the common good, university can issue token to that student. And the student can use that token for paying tuition, whatever, to purchase textbook, whatever, right? And then because everything is very transparent, so fair wealth distribution is guaranteed. And then you can identify yourself based on your own need, okay? So for example, if you purchase, if someone purchase alcohol at the liquor shop, usually they ask you to provide your ID to verify that you are old enough. But problem at the moment that you had to provide not only needed one, which is which show your age, but also you provide all kind of information, unnecessary information together, your address, right? For example, so you just have to provide how old you are, but your ID show everything together. That's not fair. But if you use blockchain, you can provide need-based information only. And the smart contract I already explained. And then traceability, you can keep track of your cryptocurrency, okay, by penny level. You can clearly see how your money has used. And you can make a better collaboration because it is P2P. And then I already explained distributed ledger technology. And then it is a triple ledger system. That means when it comes to accounting, so we used to do debit credit only, but now debit credit blockchain together. We call triple ledger system. That means whenever there is a transaction made by organization should record it not only internally but also externally on the blockchain network. That means uh, audit agents such as government can clearly see what happened to the business. Okay, so very ethical businesses are guaranteed. Okay, anyway, these are benefit. So if you need this kind of benefit, you can use blockchain. However, so some people telling, oh, these are too many things to remember. So I made a shorter version like this one. Okay, so why people feel very difficult when they apply blockchain? Because they are thinking about product and service. How we can develop new product by using blockchain. That's very challenging. Why? Real fit of blockchain exists with process and business model. Blockchain is very nice tool to change the way how you handle your business, how you handle your task, and to develop new business model rather than developing new product and service. So if I summarize everything by using one word, the answer is what? Blockchain as a social technology. So blockchain has the best fit with the way how we can change our society into better place where we live together, helping each other, understand each other, collaborating together. Okay, so today I want to talk about how we can make our society better place using blockchain technology in terms of sustainable development goal support. Let's make a little detour. Okay, so let me talk about what is a sustainable development goal. Okay, so it is set by United Nations. Okay, so we call Sustainable Development Goal for 2030. Okay, it's a plan of action for people, planet, and prosperity. Okay, so it seeks to strengthen universal peace in larger freedom. Okay? And it is composed of 17 goals, which define how the global community would work together to tackle poverty, improve lives, and protect the environment. Okay, there are 17 goals. Okay, so this one show what are 17 goals. So memorizing all 70 goals is very challenging. So I summarize, classify like this one. The first category is called for the quality of life for the people, such as no poverty, zero hunger, and then good health and well-being, and then clean water and sanitation. Second category is for environment, simply for the planet where we live in, right? Affordable and clean energy, climate action, life below water, and then life on land. And then third category is equal opportunity. That means prosperity. How we can prosper together, like a co-evolution, co-prosper kind of concept. How we can ensure quality of education, gender equality, decent work, and then economic growth, and then reduced inequality. And the last category I grouped is a co-evolution. It's about how we can achieve sustainable development goal through partnership, like industry, innovation, and infrastructure, sustainable cities and community, and the responsible consumption and production, which you can do very well, and then peace, justice, and strong institution, and partnership for the goal. So I believe we can leverage blockchain to achieve these kind of goals. Let's approach it one by one. Okay, so blockchain for sustainable development goal. Number one is called no poverty. Okay, so have you thought about how much percent of the agricultural product you are consuming goes to farmers, such as mango? Mango is a good example. So only few portion of money actually goes to farmers in IT. So AgriLedger was developed. It's a blockchain-driven decentralized application. After adopting blockchain, everything become very transparent. Okay, and then without middlemen, they should sell their product to the market globally. So after adoption of blockchain technology, the revenue to farmers in IT increased almost 8 times, 750 times increase of the profit. Okay? So as you can see, as this case, blockchain can help people overcome poverty by getting what they deserve, like the case of farmers in IT. Second case is a zero hunger, like a charity foundation case, I believe. Why you listeners hesitate to donate your money? I believe there are two concerns. Number one, you have no idea where your money goes. Now, some organizations use your money for their first class, flight. And then some money you donate used not for the like grocery, but for what? Gambling, drug use. How about blockchain? If you adopt blockchain, you can clearly see where your money goes. And then using smart contract of a blockchain, you can designate for what purpose the money you donated can be used. If you says my money can be used only for milk for baby, you can do it. If somebody try to use your money for alcohol consumption, suddenly your money stop working. So this is a good example. How about good health and well-being? So I believe in a business model of medical industry is very strange. Think about your case. If you consume service and product, you can tell whether the product you purchase or service you are paying for provide promised level of function and service to you. But how about medical service? You have no idea, right? Whether your condition of your body get better because of doctor service, or it just happened, or it got worse. You have no idea because it's very professional area. So there is an idea called outcome-based payment. Using smart contract, you can clearly define what kind of effect you should have from medical service. And then based on that, system can tell how much you should pay. We call outcome-based service. This kind of idea is possible. And then quality of education. Globally, school bullying is a big issue. If you prevent school bullying, you can avoid about 90% of school bullying. But if you just, try to fix the problem after it happened, only 10% of school bullying can be prevented. So key issue is how we can make sure everyone involved, every person who is responsible for school bullying prevention should be aware of some symptoms, some signal, how we can share that signal. Answer, blockchain. As I told you, everyone on the network share same information. Whenever there is a kind of some signal of or symptom of school bullying, that is shared by everyone using blockchain technology. In that way, we can prevent school bullying. When it comes to gender equality, one of the top reasons why female has been abused is mainly because of financial abuse. According to statistics, the portion of female who own bank account is significantly lower than that of male. So that means if we increase the portion of female people who own banking account, we can help them have their own financial control, and then women can improve their power so easily. Okay, so using blockchain technology. If you use blockchain, you can easily use cryptocurrency without having bank account. That can really help gender equality. Okay, and then clean water and sanitation. Okay, so there is a lot of blockchain-driven projects such as decentralized water funding. Okay, so by issuing token, so many people collaborating together to achieve better water quality can raise money, and they're using blockchain technology such as smart contract. They can easily collaborate together to improve water quality. Okay, so good example is decentralized water funding kind of thing. Easy funding by using initial coin offering kind of idea from blockchain, and then according to smart contract, we can make people behave very nicely, okay, to protect water quality, and then providing incentive to those who made contribution for improving water quality. And affordable and clean energy. So there is a lot of numerous real case showing how blockchain can use. Let's say you have a solar panel on the roof of your house. Sometimes you have too much electricity. Sometimes you have a shortage. Whenever you have a shortage, you should get external electricity from like from like a company who provide electricity. If you have extra, you just have to dump it away. That's not fair. How about this idea? Using blockchain technology, every house with the solar panel connected together. And using smart contract, if you have extra, it allows you sell your extra electricity to someone who need it automatically. And then if you have deficiency, it allows you purchase additional electricity, not from electricity company, but from your neighborhood house who has extra capacity for much cheaper price. In this way, you can make affordable and clean energy consumption. So like a microgrid is one good example. and then decent work and then economic growth. So we can achieve inclusive entrepreneurship by using blockchain technology. So idea called ICO can help you raise money for your new business very easily. Okay? And then using blockchain, you can develop a lot of innovative business idea. Okay? As a matter of fact, a lot of entrepreneurs are using blockchain technology to raise money easily and then to develop new idea so easily and apply to solve the problem. And then innovation and infrastructure. I think a good example is NFT, non-fungible token. Maybe you know the idea called metaverse. Now people talk a lot about metaverse. Meta means beyond. Verse means universe. That means using digital technology, we can create another universe. So to make another universe work, you need two key function. Number one, how you can make monetary transaction in metaverse. Secondly, how you can keep your digital asset. So for example, you purchase very nice looking jacket from Zara in metaverse. You have Zara, right? It's a digital product. It can be easily copied. How you can protect that digital asset? Your avatar wear Zara jacket. How you can keep it digitally? Answer, NFT, non-fungible token, right? So NFT and the cryptocurrency is two essential ingredients for metaverse. So no blockchain means no metaverse. It's a real innovation, okay? And then about 2 billion people globally living without banking account. So it makes huge economic divide. Okay? So how we can provide banking system to those in poverty is very important. Okay? It's a kind of a shortcut to reduce inequalities. So for example, Facebook announced its plan to issue its own cryptocurrency called DM, which means a day in Latin, right? So that means if you become a user of Facebook, you can use Facebook cryptocurrency in anywhere in the world where Facebook is available. Have you thought about how many active users of Facebook exist? Currently about 3 billion people. That means about 40% of global populations are using Facebook. That means if DM become real cryptocurrency, we can have another key currency in addition to US dollar and euro, I believe. Okay, that means even people without banking account can use money anywhere in the world. It will contribute really. Okay, but unfortunately, there's a lot of like sort of many government really try to prevent the emergence of cryptocurrency by Facebook. Why? If Facebook cryptocurrency become real currency, what happened? The status of a key currency globally, such as euro and US dollar, will be threatened. Okay, there are some political issue, but I don't believe central government in many countries can prevent this trend. Okay, eventually it will happen. It's a matter of time. And the sustainable citizen community. Okay, so good example of sustainable movement is a sharing economy. We are using sharing economy to make our society more sustainable, especially economically. Another name for sustainable, like a sharing business, is called frugal business, frugal economy. So to save the money, we share, right? So for example, Airbnb. Uber is a good example of sharing economy. By using Uber or Airbnb, customers can save money. But I don't think we can call that sharing economy. If, for example, Uber is really sharing economy, not Uber platform, but driver and customer should make money. But most of the money made by Uber and Airbnb, that's not really sharing. How about if we develop car sharing and then room sharing business by using blockchain? We don't need Uber platform. We don't need Airbnb platform. Everyone can directly exchange their extra capacity for way cheaper price with high level of transparency. So like a blockchain Airbnb, blockchain Uber, okay, will make our society much more sustainable. And the responsible consumption, okay? Again, what's the power of blockchain? It's transparency. So whenever anything happens to the product, from the beginning of a value chain, from the moment we got raw material, and then we convert it into the product, all kind of process can be saved on the blockchain network, which nobody can change it. So that means, let's say you want to consume, you want to purchase a jacket from Zara again, but you want to make sure the jacket you're purchasing has never used any chemical which incur pollution in our environment. How you can make sure no harmful chemical has been used? Answer, blockchain. If you scan blockchain tag, you can see what kind of chemical has used. How you can make sure the jacket you are purchasing has never been produced by child abuse? Answer, blockchain. By scanning blockchain tag, you can see what kind of labor has been utilized. Climate action, same idea. Okay, so one example is called the regenerative agriculture. Using satellite, you can check the image of the field and then you can tell what kind of good approach, sustainable approach used by each farmer. And then based on that, using blockchain technology, you can pay some token to farmer according to the amount of sustainable agriculture conducted by each individual farmer. In that way, it can motivate farmers conduct more sustainable agriculture practices. Okay, so that's one good example. And then we can easily raise money for this kind of very good project to make our environment more sustainable. Life below water, same idea. So there's a concept called sustainable seafood. Okay, so when you consume, for example, let's say you are consuming salmon. I believe you have two concerns. Number one concern, where it is originated. Usually salmon from Scandinavian countries such as Norway, believed to be has the best quality. So there are too many salmon which claim itself coming from Norway, but which is a fake, right? How you can tell the salmon you are consuming is really from Norway? That's one concern. Second concern, you want to make sure you consume salmon which was raised by environmentally friendly food, right? How you can tell whether eco-friendly food was used to raise the fillet of salmon you are eating? That's another concern, right? Answer, blockchain. If we adopt blockchain, from the moment of fish coming out of the fish egg, what happened? We can tell what happened to that fish from the birth to the moment the fillet of that fish is delivered to your table. using blockchain technology. Okay, so same thing for life on land. Okay, so we can easily check what happened to the product from land you are consuming so easily. About peace, justice, and a strong institution. We can easily tell, right? So blockchain is P2P. That means nobody has superior power. Very democratic environment. And then using blockchain, we can make everything transparent. So good example, there are some politicians promising to use blockchain technology to, to share how they are using their budget. I think this man is very interesting politician in England, whose name is Galloway. He said that he will become a mayor of blockchain in London. And he promised to clearly share how he spent the budget of city of London. Although he lost the election, I think we'll see more and more politicians promising that kind of things. Okay? And then partnership for the goal. Okay? So that means when you make a partnership, one good thing about blockchain, you can dramatically improve collaboration efficacy. Number one, because of high level of transparency, we can see clearly who made how much contribution to our society. And we can recognize it and we can give some reward. Second, similar idea, no piggyback, no free rider. Okay. So, and then third one, we can motivate by providing token from blockchain, like a cryptocurrency as incentives. And then more importantly, what is your primary concern when you make some collaboration? You are curious about how much you can trust your business partner, right? But if you use blockchain, you don't have to worry about the trustworthiness of your collaboration partner. Why? Using blockchain means everybody behave very nicely without opportunity behavior. Okay, so good example is a Ledger. So Ledger is a pharmaceutical, like a supply chain blockchain application. That means as a business, let's say you are doing some medical project, and then you should choose your partner like suppliers. If you use blockchain technology, so quality of no opportunity behavior is allowed in blockchain network. So with peace of mind, you can easily choose your partner, collaboration partner, so easily. Okay, so that's kind of thing. So blockchain maximize collaboration efficacy. Good. So I covered all 17 areas of sustainable development goal, and then I show how blockchain can support this one. Okay. So now I believe it's good time for having a Q&A. So you can ask me any question you have about blockchain, sustainable development goal, and the blockchain application. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Actually, it's been an amazing lecture, very clarifying for those
Thank you.
who know background knowledge. So you've done an amazing job making it accessible and understandable. Um, Thank you very much to cover all the sustainable goals and provide a practical application.
Thank you.
And yes, for me it's been so clarifying. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Um,
much.
I'm going to give now the floor to students for comments and questions.
Yes.
Um, let's see, Omar, go ahead, please. Can you activate the camera?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I have like, yeah. You see me now, I think.
Hi. Hi, Oma.
Hello, sir. Actually, I am very surprised about your CV, your career, everything that you did, and you teach us today like the world. It's a small village where everything is connected to each other, and the most important is to know how to start. And especially you made a speech about the politics and and economics and many things between them. So you mix both of them. My question is for you: how can I make if I have any idea how can I for whom I can send, and I can like find the part who they can help me, not with money, but with some design or idea to make my voice come to many people. I
Mhm.
need just a connection or people to present them many projects in peace and human rights and equality.
Okay, good, very good question. Okay, so maybe basically you ask about 3 or 4 questions. Let me
Yes.
answer one by one. Okay, so number one issue, how you can find a
Lee,
partner.
Dr. Lee, maybe can you stop sharing the screen so we can see you in a bigger,
Okay.
uh, yeah, we can see each other's faces, not just in, yes, sorry, I cut you in.
Okay. So very good question, really. Wonderful question. Let me explain one by one. Number one, how you can share your idea and how you can get good partner and financial support kind of thing. That's one
Yeah,
area
yeah.
you asked me. So there is an
Yeah.
idea called the initial coin offering. It's like IPO, initial public offering of a real stock market, right? So main
It's
difference when it comes,
what is called exactly, please?
yeah, so in real world, in real stock market, we have concept called the initial public offering. That means, let's say, Omar, you launched your own business. You has done very well for last 2 years. And then based on that achievement, it's kind of a proof that you have a really good business. You can officially launch your business on the stock market. That is called initial public offering. Okay, like a case of Google, after 10 years of a successful business, Google launched the IPO, okay, to list their business on the stock market. That is called the IPO, initial public offering. And then similar version of IPO exists for blockchain. We call initial coin offering. A little different. IPO is based on your achievement in the past, but ICO in blockchain based on your idea. You publish a white paper explaining about your idea. So I have this idea and then I want to develop my own blockchain based business. And then anybody who are interested can invest money and then doing business with me. That's ICO, right? In the past, like the peak of ICO was year 2018, 2017. Everyone can easily raise millions of dollars using ICO. But ICO is very risky. Why? In terms of IPO in stock market, you invest your money based on actual performance in the past. But how about ICO in blockchain? You invest your money based on idea without any proof. So that means, very risky option. So many countries make it illegal or put a lot of regulation, but still possible. Why? We are living in global world. That means, so for example, in South Korea, my home country, ICO is prohibited. But what they are doing, they don't care. Why? They can virtually do ICO in Singapore, where ICO is perfectly legal, right? So that's the most popular way. Using, if you have a good idea, publish a white paper and then share it with the investor and then raise the money. And then using that money, you can start your own business. Okay. I'm not sure whether how Spanish government handle ICO. You should check it, right? And then so I believe even it is prohibited Spain, I believe you can find in any European country so easily where IC is possible, right? Okay, that's one idea. Number two is about how you can launch your business. Okay, so there are many blockchain network such as EOS, Ethereum. So if I use Ethereum as an example, so Bitcoin is a so-called old cellular phone, which is used only for communication only, calling, receiving call. Very simple application. But Ethereum is like a smartphone. Think about what you do with your smartphone. You just download whatever app you want to use and then run it, right? So Ethereum adopted the idea of a smartphone. So smartphone itself can be understood as Ethereum says, Ethereum is a global virtual machine. That means Ethereum network covering whole world function as a single computer, right? Like your smartphone. Just regard your smartphone is a device covering whole globe. And then only you install your own app as a customer. How about as an entrepreneur, Omar, what you can do? You develop your own app called the decentralized application, so-called the DApp, and then launch on Ethereum network, right? You just launch the network. And how about user? As a user, you just choose whatever decentralized app. So app on blockchain is called a DApp, DAPP, decentralized application, which is stand for. So just choose which app, whatever app you like, and then install it, right? And use it on the Ethereum network, right? Just join Ethereum network and then choose app application you like and then use it as a user. How about as a developer like Oma? Develop your own app and then launch on Ethereum network and then see what people do with your app. Okay, so very easy. It's good. It's just like you develop application for iPhone App Store. You develop your own application for Ethereum network, okay, as a developer. As a user, as you install any app you like on your Apple phone, you just choose any application on Ethereum network and use it. Very simple. Good. So did I answer your question, Uma?
Um, Hello?
Yes. Yeah. Did I answer your question now?
Yeah, but actually, because I didn't take notes, can you please just, if you have can you write for us all those application you gave me, please? I forget what you the application you gave me to enter and to make invest on my projects. What
Okay.
is the
So
names, please?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. It is called Ethereum. 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 Let me. Okay. So, any other question?
No. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, anybody else?
Sienna, your micro.
Sorry. Thank you for that. Sorry. Yes. Great, Omar. Let's see. That we have more questions. I don't know who goes first, David or Laura. I don't know who goes first. Lydia, did you have your hand raised also before?
Yes,
But
I see.
the three of you, I don't know. Maybe okay. Let's start with Laura, then David, and then Lydia.
Okay, I don't know if anybody have think of this, but I see all this like a way of control of the people. Like corporations will know what I consume, when I do it, with whom, where, and all of that kind of data. They can use it in the future. I don't know why or which advantage, but I feel a little bit insecure. Like I don't know if you have seen it, Black Mirror series.
Yeah.
I think like
Yeah.
it like that.
Yeah, Laura, I think that's a really important question. So because of time limitation, I couldn't explain that part. So if you ask me why blockchain is great, because it overcomes traditional trade-off. So for example, in real life, if you pursue security, right, you should give up transparency. The other way, same thing. If you pursue transparency, usually you should give up privacy. But very interestingly, blockchain can achieve both together. So you understand transparency part, right? Every participant shares same set of record updating together. But in terms of privacy, let me explain how it protects you. So think about actually to explain. I need about 1 hour to explain. Asymmetric key encryption. I can simply explain. Okay, now Laura, let me give you one question. I'm thinking about two numbers which added together become 1,000. Can you tell what are two numbers?
7 and 13.
Maybe you can keep guessing, right?
Yeah.
I just explained the concept called hash. So blockchain uses hash function. That means let's say I enter 400, 600. Output is 1,000. Good? So far so good? As an input, I enter 600, 400, and then and the output is 1,000. What I can do, Laura, output is 1,000. Could you tell what are two numbers? No, just guessing. So that's a key nature.
Maybe you can, but sorry.
Yeah, now, okay, that means from my side, I know I enter 600, 400. That means I can tell output so easily, 1,000, right? But the other way is possible. From given number 1,000, can you tell logically the input should be 600, 400? No logical approach. It's irreversible. It's a one-way function. That means if I know input, I can tell output, but the other way is not possible. So listen carefully. My input is called private key. I'm using analogy. My input is called private key. Output is called public key. Good? Output 1,000 is public key. Input is private key. That means if I have private key, I can tell public key. But the other way is not possible. On Bitcoin, I show only public key, 1,000. That means if I look at 1,000, that's mine. I made that one by entering 400, 600. How about the other way? If public look at 1,000, can they tell that is generated by someone who entered 400, 600? No. Okay. That means you have two ID, simply speaking, private key and public key. And then your activity on the blockchain shared by everyone by using your public key. They can tell, blah, 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 like a public key, like they can tell people B make this kind of transaction clearly, but they never be able to tell who is a real identity of people B. Okay, so help a little, Laura. Okay, so
Okay.
you make two identity A, which is called private key, B, which is called public key. You share only B. Everybody can see what B is doing, but nobody can tell who is actual B is. Only you know. You only know. You are the only one who can tell, right? Good. So in the way, blockchain perfectly protect your privacy, really. So for example, we can tell what has been done by the founder of blockchain, Bitcoin blockchain, like Satoshi Nakamoto. Why? At the beginning of Bitcoin, nobody but Satoshi Nakamoto used Bitcoin. That means we can tell the ID of Satoshi Nakamoto, but we cannot tell who is Satoshi Nakamoto really. Why? His or her private key was hidden. 400, 600 is hidden. Only we can see 1,000, right? So still nobody know who is Satoshi Nakamoto. Good.
Okay.
So just remember, blockchain protect, very interestingly, privacy, transparency together. Usually there's a trade-off either way, but now both together can be achieved by blockchain? Good. Very good question. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Laura. Okay, David, go ahead, please.
Hi, I would like to make some statements because I'm a little bit, I have some feelings of criticism about the cryptocurrency. So, for example, you talk about the transparency of the cryptocurrency, and actually, it's the other way around. The idea based on the foundation of the cryptocurrency is for the not being able to traceable and to provide the security to those persons to make transactions, and not the governments to know who is this guy who's doing the transaction. So I don't know why you should we should change the states from not being able to trace this guy who is doing this transaction to let the governments to control or know where we are or where we do the transaction. And I know that you explained before how it's supposed to work, but even I have a little criticism about it. And I want to add some other points. For example, you were talking about how we can try to solve impoverished countries by means of cryptocurrency. And for example, like 2 months ago, I was in Jordan, and it's a really poor country in some areas. And in those, for example, for medium and small enterprises, it's impossible to have the access of that technology to the consumers to pay by cryptocurrency or by an app because they don't have a mobile phone. It's for me, it's kind of impossible for them to think about they having a mobile phone if they even don't have access to education, for example. And I would like to add other points, like, for example, the profitability of cryptocurrency in comparison with cash or payment by card. For example, El Salvador, this country put like as official currency the fuck, I don't remember the Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin it's really not stable right now. It's supposed sorry the volatility of the currency nowadays is really high and low. You can make, for example, for a poor country, imagine that the value of your money one day it's €1 and the other day is €10. For example, for a small or a medium enterprise, that would kill them. So I know that it's a political view too, because the governments don't want that currency, that the blockchain and the cryptocurrency to work because of that, because they want to protect the euro or the dollar. But I don't know if really the people, not only the government can tolerate it. And for example, I would add other comments, but I think it's really hard for.
Yeah, thank you. You're sending a lot of ideas. Thank you for thinking about these issues and also providing problematizing, which I think enriches the conversation. Dr. Lim, I'm sure you are already faced with these questions on a daily basis, right? I mean, of course.
Yes, actually, what David mentioned makes sense. Those kind of issue has been raised, but there has been a lot of solution also provided. So for example, people saying, if quantum computing really commercialized, the era of blockchain will be gone, based on assumption that no further improvement made by blockchain, right? So if there's quantum computing is coming, blockchain network will make a quantum blockchain together, right? So as whenever there is things happen, there has been always reaction, like a solution. So for example, David just mentioned about fluctuation of Bitcoin value, right? So in just a couple of months, the value of Bitcoin cut in half, kind of thing. So that's too much fluctuation to be used as a global key currency. But how about stable coin? Stable coin means, like a Facebook is a good example. So DM will be localized, like a DM Spain, DM Korea, DM US. So for example, if there is a DM pound for the case of England, what happened? The value of DM will be linked to value of pound.
Okay.
DM linked to euro, DM linked to pound. That's the idea. It's called the stable coin. So if we adopt stable coin, we can overcome that fluctuation issue quickly. So as a case of that one, so always same thing. Blockchain is not perfect, but whenever there is some issue rise in blockchain, there will be solution together. So for example, you also mentioned the speed, right? So Bitcoin handles 7 transactions per every second. But like a Visa Master process 2000 transaction, no comparison actually, if we just use Bitcoin as a representative service of blockchain. But that's not fair. New system, there's a lot of altcoins, so-called alternative blockchain system. They provide up to 2000 transactions also. We made a huge improvement in that area, speed. Same thing, some people blaming blockchain because it consumes too much energy. Like Bitcoin itself consumes about the same amount of electricity consumed by Switzerland, that much. It's not sustainable.
Yeah,
But it happened because we are
and the value
using,
of electricity right now it's really high. So
yeah,
as we are in Europe, we are raising many concerns about the energy, and because we depend on Russia mainly on gas and so on, and it's like the medium and small enterprise can manage to live.
yeah, but same thing happens. So because of that kind of blaming, blockchain developed new way of mining. So currently we are using proof of work. That means to get the answer, we should run very strong computer a lot. They consume a lot of electricity. So to solve that problem, we develop other mining mechanism like a proof of stake. Instead of hard working, we just focus on the contribution made by each participant and give a priority. So, so whenever there is a problem rise, blockchain made solutions. So that's why I'm really positive about the future of blockchain, although there has been some issue. Okay, good point. Anybody has any other question?
I don't know if do you have time to take one more question, Dr. Lim?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay. So Lydia, would you like to finish making a question?
Okay, so I just want to ask, what about the business that are specialized in be that third part that normally manage our data, because we are used to share a lot of data or information with third parties, and there are a lot of business in the market that are specialized in that exactly. And with blockchain, with the blockchain, we can eliminate that. So how are they reacting to this? Because maybe they are in part the reason for why this technology is not so developed, and why everyone, the first time that we start reading about blockchains, the first things that we thought are cryptocurrency and NFTs, and also speculation and these kind of things. So what do you think about that?
That means, would you summarize your question one more time, please? I could not understand the initial
my,
part. So sorry.
my question is, what about these business that are specialized in manage data or information?
That means banking industry, right?
How they react to
Yeah,
this?
Yeah, that's very good question. Now I understand. Let me focusing on financial industry to answer your question. So actually, finance sector really hate blockchain. Why? Adoption of blockchain means removal of all the middlemen, which include the insurance company, stock investment, banking, all financial sector should be gone if they adopt blockchain. But actually, they have two options. Number one, to be or not to be. Killing blockchain or killed by blockchain. That's one option. And the second option is what? Politically make blockchain less revolutionary technology, less innovative one. So for example, same thing happened to internet. Original purpose of internet is what? Making the world flat. That means removing all kind of inequality and then make very democratic, very transparent, right? Something like a no middleman even. That was a dream of internet, but that was not acceptable by existing like players, like a business, politicians, something like that. What they do, instead of to be or not to be approach, what they do, they made internet complementary one. Originally, internet was a revolutionary tool, which is supposed to change everything fundamentally, but internet become supporting technology. Internet mainly used to do our task better. So how we can do existing business process better by using internet instead of changing existing business process. Same thing will happen. So if we adopt blockchain as it is, it will remove banking industry. We don't need a bank, actually. We don't need the insurance company. We don't need, stock market kind of a thing because we can do everything P2P, right, directly. But the future wouldn't be like that. As we experience with the internet, existing player, like a key player, such as bank, insurance company, will make blockchain function as a supporting technology. So for example, they can say, we can make our business practice more transparent by using blockchain technology. So for example, we can strengthen our security by using blockchain technology. That means if there are 10 area of application of blockchain, they will just pick some of them and then they urge they are using blockchain technology. Okay, so I see that kind of a movement, and the good example is R3. There is a consortium called R3, which includes all the familiar financial institutes name inside. You can find every big bank in that consortium, which is a blockchain consortium. That's what R3 is doing. They just make it blockchain is what? Make blockchain, they just convert blockchain from revolutionary technology into evolutionary technology. Okay, very good question. Thank you.
Yes, and I think it's a very good last insight. Like
Thank you.
revolutionary technology. Of course, there's so many things. I mean, I think all students and myself are living with the idea that it has a great potential, at least to overcome, of course, all these social inequalities and this centralized power, right? Of course, as David was pointed out, there are many places where education needs to go first, but I think this is one of the ways in which we can make sure education or resources for
Yes.
education are,
Mhm.
are reaching these countries. There's so many things to be done, but the way things are right now is definitely not working. So I think we need to be open to new ways to transform our societies, and this is truly revolutionary. It really democratizes a lot of things, and yeah, I think I hope we can spread the word, right, in our, because as you say, and as also the last question for Lydia, of course there are many interests, and it's not in the interest of the power to that we have access to resources, to energy. Think about all the wars that we are drowned in as citizens, right? Just because our politicians are determined to rely on energy from dictators, right, and tyrannic regimes. Enough of that, right? So I think it provides the control of the citizenship for so many things. And you have made such a crypto language. I don't want to be redundant, but like when we talk about disciplines that we don't understand, it's like a crypto language. And I think you kind of like made it really accessible, and we're truly grateful for that, and to make us think. So thank you. And also in the context of the Eurasia community, it really breaks borders, right? Like being able to make business without having to go through the paperwork of all these. So also for students in this course, you know, ambitioning connections and future works, definitely blockchain is something that we need to develop. Thank you so much.